We're going through best practices for living on mission, and the one that I want to talk to you today about is evangelism. Now, this can be a scary topic, and it can feel hard to bring up, which is why I love using questions to get there, which is what I'm going to talk about today. First, I want to answer the why, as in why does this help or work? First, people love talking about themselves because we have a desire to be known and loved. As we are genuinely interested in people's lives, people will often open up and share more than you expect. Number two, it allows you to understand where they're coming from, parts of their life, or what they believe about Christianity, the church, and Jesus. This is huge because we can know how to move forward. And third, it can lower guards. It allows people to lower their defense that they have and actually open up with what's going on. So, what could this look like practically in a conversation? Let me give an example, and then I'll give some questions that I ask at the end. A common thing we talk about in our culture is our job. So, with someone that you know, you could ask, how's work going, right? And they could respond many different ways, but let's say that they respond with saying, I'm paraphrasing and shortening it, that work has been really tough lately. From there, personally, I would say, man, I'm really sorry that work's been hard. Since that's been tough, how would you say that's affected life outside of work? Would you say that it has affected life outside of work? And from there, they might unload all of this information, or they might keep it short. And from there, you can segue. A good segue would be, so man, since work isn't really fulfilling you right now, where do you go for that fulfillment? And from here, we have an opportunity to give them a place to go for fulfillment, right? That's Jesus. That's your launch pad into the gospel. A few good questions that I sometimes will ask as conversation starters or even within the conversation are, what is the purpose of life or life in general? What happens when we die? What do you think about spiritual things? How do you view Christianity? What does it mean to you? And as you try and gauge where they're at, two good questions are, if you were standing before God and he asked, why should he let you into heaven? What would you say? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that you would go to heaven and why? As you take these questions and implement them into your lives, I think they'll help you to think about the gospel as you're having these conversations. And I think they will help you to be able to share the gospel more freely in conversations with people in your everyday life. Thanks. I hope this helps.